Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome in. Today we are actually doing another TreeCast episode, which I have not done in probably 2 years. So thank you guys for coming in. This is super exciting. We have the one, the only Landy Lodge with us today. So, dude, thanks so much for coming in to do this little TreeCast with us.
Dude, I'm honored that you chose me to re-debut the TreeCast, a 2-year hiatus, and I think what better way to bring down the house than to bring on the biggest sicko you know.
Thanks, dude. That means a lot. And also, real quick, thank you, Nelly Belly, for the 36-month sub. You dog, bro. Dude, thank you. Much appreciate that. Thank you, Nelly, for coming in. Thank you for the big pikas or the small, fast running pikas, Landy. And then we got trousers. Thanks for coming in, guys. As soon as the Switch 2 announcement released, I knew that I had to talk about you with it. So I was like, this is the perfect opportunity to bring the TreeCast back up. So, dude, thanks again, man. This is awesome.
Dude, I'm excited. I think Nintendo is the most interesting company in the game right now. I think
Yeah.
they're going to define the next generation. I really think so.
Because I feel like there's never been a more unknown time for the gaming industry, right? Like usually the past couple decades where we've been gaming, it's like, oh, they'll make a new console, keep going forward. Oh, they'll make a new one. But now it's like consoles aren't even relevant anymore except for the Switch. It's really just the Switch.
Well, I think it's the question was what made consoles relevant in the first place. I mean, back in the day, they did offer a more competitive and at times better performance than your average gaming PC. But we've just reached a point now where PCs have eclipsed them in technology. So I think Nintendo was the one in the game who saw the long game and bet on first party IP, which ultimately is what's going to carry the most weight when it comes to what defines a console.
Yeah. No, that's a great way to put it. Definitely. I think I really want to know just what you thought about the trailer. And I know we didn't get a lot of it. It was just a small preview, but like just the console itself, not Mario, the new Mario Kart or anything yet, but just the trailer. What did you think about it?
So for one, it just seemed like more of a verification than anything else. They didn't really announce anything other than the fact it existed, and we all knew it existed already at this point. So this was like the softest console announcement of all time. But I think this paints into Nintendo's philosophy where it's like, okay, look, is the hardware better? Yes. Is the screen bigger? Yes. Less Joy-Con drift? Sure. Everyone likes a Pro controller anyway. That said, the bread and butter is going to be the presentation in April. It's all about software. Software, software, software. That's what Nintendo thrives on. That's what their wins and losses are defined by. So I think this trailer was everything it needed to be. Don't give away more than you need to. You don't need to tell us all the optimization and technological advancements just yet, because you might as well couple that with the software announcements, which is what we're all interested in anyway, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, dude, okay, so uh one of our friends, PB, she said the funniest thing. Like, yeah, it was the most chill console reveal ever, but she was like, it was kind of sexual. Just like the zoom in with the Joy-Con moving around. I was like,
They knew what the people
right, they knew what they wanted. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I thought that was really funny. But yeah, like on a serious note, I feel like it was just a chill, not even reveal, but what you were saying, it was just to let the people know that it exists, it's real, and it's coming out. I'm interested to know, because we talked a little bit about it. There's that C mark on one of the Joy-Cons that's below. Like, do you know what I'm talking about? I think it's on the left one, the left or the right. I can't remember.
I think
But
it's on the right. I think it's on the right Joy-Con.
okay, yeah, I think that I don't know how they're going to do it, but I feel like there's going to be some type of way to connect. If you're in handheld mode, you hit that C button to connect and it just goes on the screen. Whether you're connected to Wi-Fi or has something to do with the dock, that's kind of what I would like it to be. I don't know if you've thought about it a lot, but I want to know what you think. What new feature like could they add with that to the new Switch?
The new feature is what the new feature that I hope this is for is the new feature that I actually think is going to make or break this console. Look, when it comes to graphical fidelity and graphical capability, those of us looking to buy a Nintendo console, like we want it to be better than the Switch, right? But obviously we don't need it to be a PS5 PC level of graphical capability. However, what do Nintendo fans want that's currently lacking with Nintendo consoles? The online experience. So,
Mm.
whatever this new button is, what I'm betting it's about and what I'm praying it's about is that this has something to do with the online functionality of the console. Because when you're looking at the biggest leaps that Nintendo can make with their console experience, it is the online experience through and through. Because again, look, whatever the next Zelda game is, it's going to be a next generation compared to Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, but the leap is not going to be that big. But the leap between what the Nintendo Switch offered you online and what the Switch 2 can, if it just catches up to a PS4 level generation of online functionality, that will satisfy, I think, everybody who's looking to be a part of the next generation of Nintendo.
But don't you know what Nintendo's about, man? Never give the people what they want. That's what you can't. That's rule number one, bro. Never give the people what they want.
I don't know, man. How can you, as a Smash fan, say that?
I know. I'm just messing. But it's so well, Smash is Bandai Namco, but still, I know exactly what you're saying, though. Yeah, like, yeah, if that could have something to do with online, that would kind of make sense because I think the current president of Nintendo, they've focused and made statements about for the next console iteration, they're gonna have a smooth transition when it comes to the Nintendo accounts and to Nintendo Online. Um, so one of the things I kind of wanted to talk about too is certain Nintendo games will be able to be played and backwards compatible on the Switch 2. And that got me a little bit nervous because most people are just saying, oh, okay, like Ring Fit Adventure, you might not be able to use that on the new Switch. Or 1-2 Switch might be different. Or Labo, yeah, exactly. But do you think that's just kind of a vague statement? Because after the trailer, if you go on their website, that's what they say. I don't know if you've seen that yet.
It's a legal statement. I think it's a legal statement. I think
Mm.
came to the like when Nintendo's done backwards compatibility, they always do right by the customer. You know, the Wii played 99% of GameCube games. The Wii U played 99% of Wii games. I think it's going to be I think it is what the general suspicion is that this is for like Ring Fit, Labo, and stuff like that. Because if there's even one game that is not backwards compatible, they legally have to say not everything will be
Yeah,
backwards
no.
compatible.
True. That's a good point. See,
Ring Fit, that's got to be a big lawsuit, bro.
yeah, I mean, that's where I'm kind of worried. I don't know if it's just me being weird, but I kind of feel like a lot of first party Nintendo games, it's going to be like a 3DS, new Nintendo 3DS type situation where it's like they make a remaster of an older Switch game and then you have to pay a premium for it and then you can play it on the Switch 2 hardware. Maybe all the data from the first version of it that you played comes over to it, but you still have to pay for the new version. That's what that's kind of what my gut's been telling me.
Here's the thing. I don't think there's anything wrong with that if it's an optional purchase.
Right.
So, for instance, I buy the Switch 2 and I put Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom in. And something pops up that says, hey, you can play this game in its normal Nintendo Switch resolution, or for a $10 upgrade, you can get the new Switch 2 optimization of this game. I don't think that's a problem per se. Again, if you're saying like, hey, the Switch game you own will operate just fine on the Switch 2, but if you want that next level resolution and performance, you are going to have to pay for the $10 upgrade. I don't think that's necessarily a problem.
Right. Yeah, it's not a problem either. I see how people would start to make it or
$70 for
Yeah.
Breath of the Wild 4K.
Mhm.
I think people would.
Yeah.
So if it's a $10 upgrade, I'll be singing their praises.
Yeah. No, definitely. I kind of that's just the one thing I worry about the Switch 2 is that all these old first party titles are not going to be backwards compatible. I don't think that's going to be the case. But when you start to think about a game like Smash Bros, it's like, okay, we're going to make a deluxe version where you can get more DLC characters, just DLC content in general, but you can't play the old version on the Switch 2. I don't see them doing that, but that's just the only worry I have for this next console is if they're that particular about newer games.
I don't think they will be. I think where they're going to be sticklers is with Nintendo Switch Online. I really do think the whole online experience is going to be such a big part of this, where it's going to be like, oh, you want that GameCube emulator? You're going to need a Switch too. Even though the Switch,
okay,
playing a GameCube game, they're going to say, oh, you want that NSO Plus, that expanded, that lets you play GameCube? Yeah, you're going to need to get that Switch too.
That's interesting.
Sticklers with the software itself.
Okay. No, I didn't even think about that. See, that's why I bring you on, because I would never think about that. I'm always like, oh, they're going to make you pay for it again, which is, fine with me because I'm Nintendo's bitch. But it's like,
they want that recurring payment. They're more focused on this recurring payment. Listen, they're doing what every single streaming service that ever existed did, right? Netflix used to be $5. Hulu used to be $5. Nintendo Switch Online is very cheap. There's a reason for that, because they know that that they're being cheap with the product. So when suddenly it's at a PS4 level performance and it has GameCube emulator on it, suddenly you're okay with paying twice as much for it.
And you know what?
That's they want that recurring monthly payment. They've got us on software, hardware. They've got that repeated customer down. Where they were going to look to expand is really where the technology can expand, and that's going to be the online. That's my prediction.
And you know what's so funny is that with, like, for example, Nintendo Music, people are like, oh my gosh, Animal Crossing, Legends Arceus, and it's like, dang, I had that like 4 years ago. And people are like, oh my gosh, we finally got it. And it's like, they're giving us stuff we've already bought, but just giving it in a way where it's more obviously user friendly. But it's so funny to see. They're just squeezing everything out, and I love it.
Oh, you see our boy D Empire in the chat right there?
If they do GameCube and a better back end, I'm fine with $2 to $3 a month or $5 at most an upgrade. Straight up, honestly, I'll pay for it. I mean, I don't want to be saying too much, but there was allegedly leaks coming out about a GameCube emulator for the Switch. It got cut back. So I'm sure, if they could just really upgrade online like that's already a huge selling point. So yeah, I didn't even think about it in terms of online.
And dude, just imagine that some NES and SNES games have an online functionality. Now imagine some of those GameCube games have it again.
Yeah, man.
Can you imagine the user activity if Double Dash gets online? If Melee, do you understand? Now suddenly everyone's doing online Melee tournaments through Nintendo's NSO.
See, dude,
because now they have the online functionality to support it. It's a layup if they do it.
See, this is what worries me about online, though, and I love that we're having this discussion. But it's like I thought the same exact thing as you, like 5 years ago, and we still don't have Pokemon Red or Pokemon Blue, or we still don't have.
Outlier, because that's Game Freak and the Pokemon Company. That's an outlier.
Okay, but Smash 64 isn't on.
All the Zelda games we want. We got all the Mario games we want. We got all the Kirby games we want, okay? When it's straight up Nintendo, they feed you. Okay, you could take that shit up with the Pokemon Company because it's a goddamn embarrassment that Red and Blue are not on that Game Boy emulator and that we can't battle online. Are you kidding me?
But
dude,
the
company that made the link cable, which was pioneered through Pokemon, now found a way around the link cable. I'm done.
Dude, I could buy Smash 64 on my Wii 15 years ago, but I can't even play it now.
Soon you will. For just $5 more a month.
See, they're not giving us what we want.
You're playing Smash 64 once a year. Look at that.
Dude, it's so crazy. But for the hardware of the Switch 2, I'm calling it now. It's going to be LCD. They're not going to do OLED.
Of course not. They're going to sell you an OLED version 2 freaking years from now.
5 years later, right? It's so good. But dude, something I also want to talk about is that they had a USB-C port on the top and bottom of the Switch.
What are you getting at?
I don't know. I can't think of anything other than like, I mean, it'd be weird to put a Pro controller backwards on the top of it to charge it, right? But like, I can't. Huh?
Link cable.
A link cable.
Link cable.
Like, I don't know what that's for. There have been rumors about the Switch 2 Joy-Cons being like a mouse pad, which I think is interesting. I want to know what you think about that, because that's been all over Twitter. Burn them. Fuck them up, Landy.
What if it's shut up?
No, seriously. Get them.
It's an extra port, right? It's an extra port.
Mm-hmm.
But why? It's something about attaching a receiver, I think. Because, like, you know how Mario Kart could be like 24 player now?
Mm-hmm.
What if, like, you get some kind of add-on or plug-in that just allows you to connect that many people to one Switch?
Yeah,
Random idea. I don't know. Dude, it literally could just be an extra USB to make people's lives easier.
It could. And the headphone jack. Thank you, Nintendo. It's still there.
Andy Brew says.
Stuff them. Dude, I knew you were about to tear into it. I was like, yes, get them.
No, but this is actually, I'm glad he said that actually, which canonically calls back to Marvel Rivals last night. But this is the point. Can you imagine getting to play Marvel Rivals on a Switch? Like, you could do it on a Steam Deck, right? But how many people have a gaming PC? How many people have a Steam Deck on top of a gaming PC? But imagine there was a much more accessible and affordable way so that a gaming experience like playing Marvel Rivals is capable for someone on a Switch. My buddy, shout out to my boy Steve White, been a huge supporter of the channel from the beginning. One of the biggest things for him was to play Overwatch on his Switch. To him, that was like the coolest thing, that he could just be like laying in bed and just playing Overwatch on Switch. You could do the same thing with Marvel Rivals right now. You could do the same thing. In fact, I'd be shocked if it wasn't like a day one announcement.
I think all these companies are just ready to put stuff on the Switch. They're ready for it to sell.
Market in the game and in an industry right now that's penny pinching to survive, they're all looking in that direction.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day.
All right, basic question, but I love hearing what you have to say. What do you think about the name? Just Switch 2. It's coming.
Super Nintendo Switch would have been better.
You think so?
Yeah. That would have been a callback Nintendo, Super Nintendo.
See, to me, the Switch 2 was like
conforming to PlayStation propaganda.
Oh.
Nintendo has never had a number 2 in their history. Ever.
Oh, wow. Yeah, they haven't.
Swing and a miss.
Never.
Swing and a miss.
Even with handhelds. Oh my God, Landy. Wow, I've never realized that.
Nintendo, Super Nintendo.
Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Advance SP.
SP, color. No.
DS, 3DS, new Nintendo 3DS. Oh my gosh.
Bad move.
Wow. The Switch U would be crazy. See, the Switch 2 to me is them screaming, we can't fuck this up. And like they knew they wouldn't, but to me, it just, I felt a little bit of that Wii U history with it. Nintendo Switch C4. That's so good. The Switch U, and the Switch Up. The new Nintendo Switch. The new Nintendo.
Switch Up wouldn't have been bad.
The Switch Up would have been cool.
That's not bad. But then
you,
there would need to be something that switches it up. But there's nothing that switches it up.
But you switch it down, right? You put it down in the dock.
Actually, I'm going to say something. I'm going to get on my soapbox for a second.
No, go for it. Please.
I can't stand the way people, like, Nintendo is trapped in this cycle of when they give you something like the Switch, which is innovative with new gimmicks, and then people are like, we love this, but we're tired of the gimmicks. We want better hardware. So, like, here's better hardware. And they're like, yeah, but where's the gimmicks? Like, Nintendo's known for innovation. And then they innovate, and then they're like, well, we want better hardware. Like, there's no escape. There's no escape. I just hope they know there's no escape, and that appeasing this endless cycle of wanting what you don't have will never end with Nintendo fans. And the good news is they'll buy the console anyway. But I just observing that has been quite funny, where I've listened to people for 5 years go, man, we just need a more powerful Switch. And then they finally do that and they're like, how come I can't play it upside down?
Dude, if anything with gaming, like the gaming industry and consoles, it's all about the vibe. And I kind of feel like Nintendo almost didn't want to do a Switch 2.
I think it's funny because I think Nintendo lacks passion when it actually is hardware focused. And I think historically them being hardware focused has never gone well for them. It's
so real. That's insane. Yeah.
It's gone very well for the gamer, right? N64, hardware leap. GameCube, hardware leap. Wii U, hardware leap. All three of those systems were considered financial failures. Whenever they tried to make some sort of graphical leap or consciously try to catch up in the graphics game, it's never gone well for them. The GameCube was more powerful than the PlayStation 2 and the Xbox. You know what I mean? But it didn't sell the way they wanted it
and
to.
The Wii thrived, and it wasn't graphically crazy, yeah.
Yeah, so I think what you're feeling is there's a company here that's like, all right, look, all roads point to just make a more powerful Switch. However, historically, this move has not worked for us. However, the move has worked for handhelds, and this is a handheld hybrid. So it's really it's uncharted territory for Nintendo.
Yeah.
That's what makes this exciting.
It's exciting, and it's so new to them, even though it looks like the same thing that's been out for 7 or 8 years, right? Bless you.
I'm good. Thank you.
Cool. No problem. Yeah, no, that's such a see. This is why I have you on, dude. I've never even thought about that. Even with the whole 2, there's been no Nintendo console to do that.
It's uncharted territory. We'll see how it pays off.
Man. See, okay, and something I want to ask you, do you think because the Switch is so appealing to everyone, right? And like, it's so not Nintendo, but like on the 3DS, dude, we had themes, we had customizable UI, like there were so many things that made it feel personal. And it's like now the eShop on the Switch doesn't have music because the console doesn't have enough RAM. Like, it's so like, I want that magic Nintendo feeling to come back with the Switch too. Do you think that's going to happen?
Cautiously, I'll actually say yes.
You think so?
Because I think they know this. I do. The thing is, what makes this tricky is at the end of the day, what you're saying is what people want, Tree. But do you know what people want more than what you just said? The next Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
The next 3D Mario. Like, the resources are going to go into that. Like, what you're saying does improve the experience, but it's not a console seller. So I think they definitely know it would make the experience better, but I don't think it's where they're focused. The question is, ultimately, I don't know. I don't know where to take that.
So basically what I know exactly what you're saying. I just hope Nintendo finds a good balance, because there was something so personal about the customization of the 3DS and the Wii U, where the Switch was the total opposite. Like kind of what you were saying with they're so focused on hardware, it didn't work out, the Wii U, and then they made great games for the Switch, but they were all just a lot of Wii U ports anyway. But it's like, I know what you're saying, but I hope Nintendo finds a good balance between let's make a console that's powerful enough for third parties, for brand new games that can last as long as we want it to, and also giving people something that they didn't have with the Switch, which is something as basic as just a theme.
The online experience.
That's going to be
and
huge.
And games can be part of that, right? Achievement systems, trophy systems. This is what I mean, where if they could just optimize this to a PS4 level functionality, right? Then the console justifies itself. Because that's always the question now, right? Is like, what's next gen? right? What's so next gen about the PS4 to PS5? Obviously, people's opinions differ, but it's that controller and it's the haptic feedback. Say what you will, the PS5 controller is a leap from what the PS4 controller is.
Yeah.
So to me, especially when that haptic feedback is fully utilized in games like Stellar Blade, it justifies the PS5's existence. When Final Fantasy VII Rebirth has like 100 NPCs walking around calm, the PS5 justifies its existence. Nintendo, in order to sort of have that same sort of feeling, if not better, it can all be achieved on the online frontier.
So are there any personal online things you want for the Switch too?
You know, one, a voice chat that you don't need an app on your phone for.
Mm-hmm.
So that, like, even if you and your friends are playing different games, you can voice chat through the Switch. I don't think I would have much use for that, but I picture myself younger would probably want something like that, because on my Xbox and PlayStations, I always valued that. The other thing I would want, achievement and trophy systems. I think trophy systems are such an interesting way for the developers to guide the player to the parts of the game where they've put the most effort. Right? There's sort of like a deliberate, I've seen in sort of trophy lists as of late. They're designed in a way to send the player to every part of the map, have the player utilize every single mechanic. Nintendo needs to do this, because I also think it creates a little bit of that dopamine hit whenever you get a trophy, like you did something right. When gameplay challenges can be set by the devs themselves, things like that, and then you and your friends can compare. Just things like this that have become so customary for things like PlayStation and Xbox. That's what I most want to see for Nintendo's online.
That's so funny you say that, because like I know, like even the people in the chat guides was saying achievements and trophies. It's so, dude. See, the thing is, I hate trophy shit. Like I hate achievements. I feel like it's just like telling me to do stuff like when I'm already trying to do something else. I don't know. I don't know if I can see Nintendo doing that. He's gone. All right, guys, thanks for coming to the street now.
Sounds like a skill issue. It sounds like a skill issue.
Dude, there's already enough stuff to do in Smash.
It's voluntary. How do you hate something that's voluntary? What's the matter with you?
Okay, but this is what I want. Out of all the stuff we talked about, all I want for online is to be able to add a friend in a normal manner. I'm tired of these fucking numbers everywhere to add a friend.
This is what I mean. That's PS2 level shit. I remember making friends on the PS2. You had to do shit like PS4 level of online functionality. The entire console justifies itself. Entirely. Where if you want to go to your friend's Animal Crossing island, you just go to the airport and you select on a list.
Why is it all this shit?
Let's go at the same time and put in the same code and make sure. I'm with you, dude.
It's too many options, and you. I'm just like, let me go to the fucking island. Like I can't do it.
No, like, dude. Same with Pokemon 2, man. The Pokemon experience could thrive if it had an optimized online network. Like, come on.
I know. Like, what? I don't know what they're doing. One thing, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I do want that for online. Sorry, we're like going back to hardware for a little bit.
We're fine.
Nintendo has been the best in the game when it comes to a D-pad. The Switch Lite, the D-pad feels so good. And I want that back. I was so bummed. You think so? You think so? I don't know. I don't think so. They're too
Time to update, bro. Get with the times.
No, dude. Nah, dude, the Switch, it's all so comfy.
Come on.
It's so like mechanical with the PS5 controller. It's
Pico, dude. Nah.
See.
This is the best controller in the game right now. I'll stand by that.
Okay, best controller, but I think the Switch has the best D-pad. It just feels perfect. It's so good.
I'm glad that Bambina feels my island leap dread.
It's crazy.
That was the best part of that game, was going to see everybody's island and taking inspiration from everybody and stuff, like especially at the height of that game. But man, it was like the link cable was easier than that.
Dude, during COVID, I would go on eBay and go to these islands where you could just like fill up your pockets for like $5. It was a hassle with that code shit, bro. It was so good. It was, dude, it was so fun. It was a great time. It was so good. Something.
Come on, can you tell me what's a smarter launch title than the next Animal Crossing? I've stood by this for years.
It's the most popular. It's the most popular Nintendo franchise other than Mario right now. Is Animal Crossing? It's more popular than Zelda.
Hear me out. If you understand that your console leap can be justified by a better online experience, what game is better than Animal Crossing to demonstrate that?
Dude, I know Nintendo got high as fuck when Animal Crossing was that successful.
Oh, dude, I'm like, all I'm saying is the support for a game that big got cut off suspiciously early.
It did. It did.
It feels like the game that had all the potential in the world, but never reached its full, like, manifest potential.
They could, well, I think it's because they didn't expect it to be honest. Because, dude, think about, like, with Mario Kart 8, right? They've been squeezing that juice for, like, over 10 fucking years. And they could have squeezed it. It's a perfect game.
It doesn't need an update.
But they could have kept squeezing Animal Crossing more than Mario Kart. But I know they weren't prepared for it to be that popular.
I think it's easier. Here's the thing. I think it's easier for Animal Crossing to justify someone buying the new one than Mario Kart.
Easily.
Because I'm going to say this anecdotally, even though like Mario Kart 7 on the Wii was an old game, even in the Wii U and early days of Switch, that was still the one people were playing.
Listen, bro, I'm going to say it. The new Mario game that we saw from the Switch 2 trailer looks like a Wii U game. Looks like a fucking Wii U game. And that's not a bad thing. It doesn't look that crazy. Like, it looks fun. It looks awesome.
I mean, I don't disagree. The whole, every Nintendo IP looks like a Wii U game.
Yeah.
Which, let me tell you something. That is one thing. If we're talking about next generation Nintendo, what I want, can we go back to the Twilight Princess art style with this new hardware for the Nintendo? What do you want? What do you want, Nintendo? Tell me what you, because bro, that's what I want. When I think about what could a hardware leap up to a PS4 Pro level do for me, that, because like a Mario game, that doesn't matter. You know what I mean? For Animal Crossing, that doesn't matter. For Splatoon, that doesn't matter. Even for Smash Brothers, it doesn't really matter.
Dude, the Smash models are actually shit. Like during the victory screens, if you look, but it doesn't matter because you're not zooming up on them.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Zelda, with the exception of maybe a series like Metroid, to me, Zelda is the series that could like actually benefit from this hardware leap the most.
Yeah.
Because even though Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom artistically look beautiful, bro, it's Wii level stuff. I'm gonna say,
Landy,
it runs like a Switch game, but the graphical fidelity is that of, if I'm using that word right, is that of fucking the Wii.
Landy, I want you to know you can say whatever you want here.
I know. I know.
Because when you were like, a Wii game, dude, let the truth be told, bro. Let them know. Like it's yeah. But I think, dude, I don't know what it is. I've been thinking about this a lot. I still think to this day, companies are trying to recreate that graphical leap spark they had with the PS1 to the PS2 or the N64 to the GameCube. Never again. That's never going to happen. Never.
It's the law of diminishing returns. We've crossed the threshold. You'll never see a graphical leap like that again. It's just not possible.
Do you feel that too, though, or is that just me? Like, I feel like everyone's really trying to push like all these crazy details on every part of the screen, and I don't know what they're trying to do, but it's not.
Dude, I'm telling, it's infiltration. You want crazy? You want me to fucking sound off? It's infiltration. CGI bloats everything.
Mhm.
I don't know how CGI has grabbed cinema and video games by the balls and inflated budgets 500% to the point it's almost impossible to break even. But there's something going on. I wish I could articulate it better than I am, but there's clearly something going on where these console leaps, for instance, right? We're looking at these budgets doubling every console generation. They're not doubling in the sake of gameplay. They're not doubling in favor of expanding the user experience of playing the game. It's only moving in one direction, and that's how the game looks. It's not like soundtracks have gotten 5 times longer. Producing music's gotten 5 times cheaper.
Yeah.
But you're not seeing that reflected. For some reason, CGI continues to get more expensive, more sloppy, and I think what happened rather, is it made a lot of Hollywood studios go broke, so that industry just moved into video games, which is 3 times the size of an entertainment industry than cinema is. And I think a lot of that is artificial inflation from these companies getting involved, and for some reason, every video game having more CGI than your average Pixar film, which is 10% the cost to go see. So there's a correction that needs to happen, and I actually think the Switch 2 is at the frontier of this correction.
Love it. Dude, yeah, dude, pop off king. That's so real. That's so real. And you know who really first talked about that? Video games being bigger than Hollywood and kind of like the industry of gaming? Reggie Fils-Aimé. He said that shit years ago. He said it at the game, like maybe 6 years ago at the Game Awards. And people are like, what the fuck is he saying? And they looked it up. But yeah. And it's so funny because even a game like Kingdom Hearts 1, like, yeah, CGI's gotten better. But dude, even back then, the art direction was so dedicated. It's aged incredibly well. Like, it looks crazy good. Like, imagine playing FF7 on the PS1 and then you have a CGI opening like Kingdom Hearts 1. Like, that leap is never going to happen again.
Never again.
Never.
But you know what's funny, dude, is like you look back then, right? Kingdom Hearts 1. How many CGI scenes were there? Full-blown CGI. How many were there?
There weren't that much.
Like how many minutes in all?
Yeah. Like,
you know
full
what I'm
CGI
saying?
on, yeah. CGI maybe like 4 or 5.
20 years later, look how much CGI is getting crammed into games now. It's not like it's the special scenes at the beginning and end, right? You're getting fed them throughout the journey. Now, look, companies like Square Enix in particular have gotten very smart, and most of their cutscenes use the in-game graphics. But I'm speaking, especially when it comes to your average Western studio, you're not just getting the big CGI stuff at like the beginning and then the end to generate that wow factor. It's being fed to you throughout the whole game now. And it's like, it didn't used to be like that. And I don't remember anyone ever asking for that.
Yeah. And that's why I love Nintendo, is because they don't follow shit. They just want to make a good game. Like, I think Mario Wonder was such a huge wake-up call for them because it was when it was mainly made by younger developers. 1. Number 2, Miyamoto didn't like all the ideas of Wonder, but he let the developers do it anyway. To me, that's a good leader. To me, that is a good person in charge to lead the gaming industry. Like, he didn't like the elephant, and all these younger developers were like, dude, this is so cool. And then everyone loved it. Like, it's a new take, a new voice, and I think Nintendo has a strong, like, they've always had a strong opinion to how they made games, but now they're the leader. And now they're really just going to be probably accepting all of these third-party games coming to Switch. And I don't know. I'm really excited for this generation. Like, I feel like the Switch 2 was almost not an accident, but it was something that wasn't as planned as it should have been. And I think now Nintendo's really gotten everything correct for themselves. Because now, 10, 15 years ago, Nintendo almost went bankrupt. They didn't fire a lot of people. Iwata took a pay cut. And Nintendo they have zero debt right now. They are in a really good place. They're hiring more people. They're getting younger developers. And they're all about games. And I think that's why they're doing so well.
They have more cash on hand than any company in Japan.
Yeah. Which is so smart. So smart. But yeah. Okay, I have to talk about this. I just want to know what you think. What do you think they're going to do for a new Smash?
Like another season of DLC? Like
You think so? You think they're going to make a deluxe or a new game?
No, not a new game.
You don't think they're going to make a new game?
You don't need one.
Okay. Okay, cool.
2 seasons of new characters.
See,
make most of them first-party characters. We're missing a lot.
Dude, my cousin is screaming in joy for you. He hates third parties. Like, he's like my best friend. He hates him.
I love them, but like, there's so much that they can pull from.
Mm-hmm.
The lack, I'm going to say it.
Say it.
The lack of Zelda characters is an insult. It's an insult.
I just want
more Zelda than Link, Zelda, and Ganondorf. Okay?
There's more Fire Emblem than Zelda. That's disrespectful, to be honest. I know.
But you know what? Like, I want what Fire Emblem got, do that for everyone.
Okay. Yeah, why not? I mean, why not? They can do it if they want.
You don't need to go license it. You don't need to call anybody. Like, own it.
Yeah.
You can make it. I'm not saying we don't need a next-gen Smash somewhere down the line. But, like, right now, maybe just an optimized Smash with another couple seasons of DLC.
Dude, and that's the thing, man. People don't realize this, especially, like, with Kingdom Hearts as well. Games like that and Smash are legal nightmares. They are just a pain in the ass to do. Like, even for the songs. So I don't know if I told you this, but you know how Cloud only had 2 songs in Smash 4? And then he got revealed in Ultimate and still had 2 songs until Sephiroth came along? It's because they have to get songs approved in every single country the game is released in. And if one country says no, they can't put that song in the game. It's little stuff like that to where they can't even make the game available. Like, you know how Snake chokeholds someone when he grabs them? The creators of, or the developers from Retro Studios didn't like how Zero Suit Samus was being strangled. And they told that to Sakurai, and they had to change it. So, like, even from one character having a move, going to 89 different characters, all of those studios have to approve of just one move. It's such a complex game. It's like, just port it over and add new content. That's what I would love.
So everything you're saying makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
I'm just stupidly hung up on, like, why was that exclusively a problem for Zero Suit Samus? She's like one of the few characters that could, like, take it. You know?
I don't know, but it's just how, like, it's just developers being picky. I mean, even Nomura was saying that they had to go through frequent requests with Sora just to make sure they wanted it his way. So it could just be to how it looked or anything.
Like, or the creator Samus was like, you can't do that, right? Like, Nomura saying you can't do that with Sora is one thing. But like a country being like, hey, we have no attachment to this character, but we can't have her strangled like that.
I think
I would understand if they, I would understand if they had a rule like we can't have women in a game being strangled like that, you know, like that would hurt a game like Smash Brothers. But I'm just finding it very weird. It's exclusive to Samus, but like for Peach, it's okay.
It was Samus, Zero Suit Samus, one of those two, but it was developers at Retros.
Okay.
It was something like that. Yeah, it's like
children.
You can get Isabel the dog and just
animal cruelty. It's okay.
But
Samus is like 6'3", like
with a
gun. She could break out of it. She'll be fine.
Yeah, like Samus got a gun, you know, Snake's got a gun, but it just shows. Yeah, it just shows how particular it is.
Oh, we're talking Italian eyebrows in the chat.
Landy, you remember? Even the kids are drinking coffee.
bro, this wedding's so Italian, even the kids are drinking coffee.
Yeah.
Understand me? And the best
So
part is I
real.
lost my voice, so I said that with a raspy voice.
I thought it was on purpose.
No, I just lost my voice.
I love that. I thought that was on purpose. All right. I know we're getting close to the mark we were talking about, but anyway, I just want to ask, what do you want? It could be anything from third-party games to the Switch to an exclusive edition, a special edition console, anything you want for this next generation. I know you've talked about online, but like if it was a Kingdom Hearts special edition Switch or a game you've always wanted or a new Soul Calibur game, whatever it is, I just want to know what you want. Unrealistic or realistic, doesn't fucking matter.
Bring back. Okay. Half of what I'm going to say is realistic.
Cool.
The second half, unrealistic.
Love it.
Bring back Soul Calibur 2 HD Online. Just like in GameCube, with Link as the guest fighter. And if you can, include Hayachi and Spawn, so we have all three.
Dude, I knew you were going to say Soul Calibur. That's why I had to say it.
Once you made it an option, I was like, okay,
I know.
want a new Zelda that looks like Twilight Princess, but I already said that, so fuck that. I want bring back. I'm gonna get
Dude, I know he loves Soul Calibur. That's why I had to bring it up. He loves that game.
bro, just bring it back.
Yes,
Bring
dude.
it back.
Ugh.
Come on, don't look at him. Look how good my boy looked. Look how good my boy looked. HD Online with Switch 2 functionality. And I'll tell you right now, if they do it right now, you can bookmark this, clip this if you want. If they do it, if somebody can beat me, best 2 out of 3, in a best 2 out of 3, I'll give them $100.
Whoa. Oh, shit. Okay. Okay. Wow. Oh, shit. Okay.
If they bring Soul Calibur 2 HD Online to Switch 2 and somebody faces me 2 out of 3 and beats me in that 2 out of 3, $100.
All right. We'll put it on Twitter. We'll clip it. Put it on Twitter. Let the world know.
We'll let them know.
We'll let them know. Dude, I didn't notice the GameCube cover is different from the PS2 one. The GameCube has Link more prominent.
Where that light put it. Yeah, because of the different guests.
Yeah.
So, here.
I didn't know that. Is this every time or just the first time?
Don't worry.
That's fucking funny. That's so
Thanks
funny.
for giving me an excuse to do this. So
Oh,
check
dude,
it out.
yeah.
So for GameCube, you had Link on the cover because he was the guest fighter.
Phew.
For Xbox,
Oh, what the fuck?
Spawn on the cover,
Oh.
which I'll get back into that in a minute.
Oh, shit.
Spawn on the cover because he was the guest fighter for Microsoft. And then for Soul Calibur 2, you had Hayachi from Tekken on the cover. So all
Oh.
three covers are different because the exclusive guest characters on them. My dream is give me Soul Calibur 2 HD Online with all three of the Soul Calibur 2 guests online functionality. Now, first of all, if you don't know who Todd McFarlane is, you need to look him up. He's an industry disruptor. So he pioneered some indie comics back in the day with Spawn. So you got to think about that. An American indie comic, Spawn, ended up as a guest character in a fighting game. There's something so wild about that. Similar
True.
success story would be the Ninja Turtles. They started as an indie comic too. But that was mind-blowing. Not only that, this was part of Todd McFarlane's victory lap because this was during the time where Marvel and DC Comics were not only dying, their toys were dying. So now Marvel and DC, they get their toys made by Todd McFarlane, the guy who started his indie comic company. Now the big two go to him for their toys. So they still might have had the edge in comics, but he
Wow.
beat them when it came to toys.
Oh.
And Todd McFarlane, that crazy bastard,
That crazy bastard.
dude, he made a bunch of Soul Calibur 2 toys back in the day.
Oh.
So like fucking dude, they did a whole collab with Todd McFarlane. It was
What?
wild, dude.
Yo, I had
Absolutely.
no idea. That's so sick.
Dude, so I'm telling you, again, did a whole fucking thing. little platform. He always makes cool shit.
Damn, that's
So,
awesome.
There's my rant. There we go.
Oh
I'm
my
done.
gosh, dude. Hell no, I love that. I had no idea.
Dude, I go, Dog McFarlane is a goat. Trousers gets it. Trousers gets it. McFarlane is a goat.
Would
dude.
they? Do you think they would put Kazuya instead of Heihachi, or
No.
you don't think so? Okay.
In Hayachi's fighting style, it's available as a customization option in a couple of the games.
Okay. So I know this is kind of sidetracking shit. So I don't know anything about Soul Calibur, but when was the last game they made? Is it even a thing, or like?
Soul Calibur 6, PC, PS4, Xbox One. Amazing game. I'm going to say it. Better fighting game than Tekken 8. Better fighting game than Street Fighter 6. The ability to rack up combos and the way they look stylish. Dude, it's still unmatched to this day.
Is two just iconic, or is it like nostalgia based?
It's like the melee. It's like the melee of Soul Calibur in that way.
That makes sense.
In that it feels a way that what's up, Mushroom?
Mushroom.
It feels in a way that modern fighting games just don't.
Huh.
You know?
Yeah.
Everything in a fighting game these days, everything feels so heavy. That particular era of fighting games, things were so big and so light that everything feels so smooth as butter. Whereas everything now feels a little bit heavier, a little bit more impactful, which is still cool, don't get me wrong, but there's something about that old age of like Soul Calibur 2, Super Smash Brothers Melee. Like, there's something about that particular era that won't be captured again.
Yeah.
For some reason.
Do people play Soul Calibur 2 online? Like, is there, kind of like Slippy or something? Or
underground scene.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. I had no idea. So would you want like a new Soul Calibur for the Switch too, or?
I mean, Soul Calibur 7 is ideal, Tree, but I will take a remaster of a 20-year-old game. That's where I'm at. Please, sir, I want some more, you know?
Please, Miyamoto. Please.
I want some more. That's where I'm at.
Dude, I love that. Dude, hell yeah. Yeah, I was thinking we could take some questions from chat. That's cool with you. You've still got time. So anyone, you can ask literally anything. Doesn't have to be video game related. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, just if y'all want to type in chat, go for it. But yeah, dude, I'm super hyped for the Switch 2.
You want to know something else, dude?
What's up?
I wish games, dude, I wish they still came. I know it's a bygone era, but I miss the instruction manuals.
I do too. I do
I
too,
miss
bro.
them. So fucking cool.
It's like, what's the point of even putting something in? Like, what's the point of even making a case if you're not going to have a manual or something?
Well, the jewel cases offer some cool artwork. Like, the artwork on a jewel case is always appreciated, you know?
Yeah, dude, I got Emio, that first party Nintendo detective game. So good so far. I want more first party shit from Nintendo. I want them to do more stuff like this. Like, branch out, make an M-rated game, do some crazy shit.
Yeah, that would be cool. It'd be cool if their innovation. It'd be cool if that innovation everyone's looking for came from a software perspective as opposed to a hardware perspective.
True. I just want the chorus kids in Smash, Landy. Those are the guys I want next.
I got one for you. You know what I want from the Switch 2? Give me Metroid Prime Online that feels like Halo.
Ooh, that would be so dope. Fears about the Switch 2 that you're thinking may come true.
But they actually didn't do any of the shit we talked about today. Like the shit. Okay, there's no good launch title. Like that. That's my biggest fear. That everything we talked about today was wasted fucking breath. That's what I worry about.
I think the biggest fear I have is just people not buying the Switch 2 and then Nintendo just dies. But I don't think that's going to happen.
No. Just make an Animal Crossing. Because you know what? That's the thing is Nintendo needs the casual market. That's what they need. And Splatoon's a great, Zelda's a great, but Animal Crossing taps into that casual market in a way that maybe only Pokemon does. Because I know people, they have a Switch, but there's one reason they have a Switch, and it's Animal Crossing. And that's why I keep coming back to that
Because people
game.
who don't even game have Animal Crossing.
And sickos like you and me will take time out of our day to go talk to Puck the Penguin and plan a both you, me, and children will do it. So it's like it is their golden ticket. It's a console seller in the way nothing else is.
That's so real. Waluigi or I Punched My Mom. Dude.
No, give me a Waluigi game. No, they're onto something. Give me a Waluigi.
Or I Punched My Mom. They're onto something.
No,
I know. I'm just kidding. I know.
No, like, imagine a Waluigi game, but it's like a soft core Grand Theft Auto. Like you're just going around, you're scamming people, right? You're coming up with schemes. It's like an episode of Ed, Ed and Eddie. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like Wario's so good at being a fat, greedy fuck, and Waluigi's just starving because he can't, like, you know?
Dude,
shit like that.
Even if it was like a Waluigi crazy taxi driver, I would love that. Something crazy like that.
Make him a crackhead and people will buy it.
Just something illegal with Waluigi. Perfect. It would be a good game. It'd be a good game.
Illegal coded. Oh yeah, I'm a mushroom seller. You go around, you collect mushrooms and you sell them to toads, and that's how you make your money.
And you have toads that are like, I don't buy from him. Running over hookers. Yeah. What Landy said. Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
Hookers. No debts.
All right. And I just want to talk about one more thing.
Okay.
And it's a little personal with you. I think they're going to do something with Star Fox. I hope they do. I want them to. And I want it to have good online functionality if it does. I'm rooting for you, bro. I know you want Star Fox so bad.
You struck a nerve. Because I know you're fucking with me.
No, I'm not. I'm actually not. No, they're going to do something. They're going to do something.
No one in their right mind thinks a Star Fox game. Nobody in their right mind thinks that's coming. We can talk about our hopes and dreams, Treehouse, but there's no way you think that's coming.
I do. I think Miyamoto is like, fuck you guys for hating the Wii U. We're going to make a good Star Fox game. It's our fucking time to shine. Like, Star Fox is going to come back. Kid Icarus is going to come back with Sakurai. All those fuckers at Nintendo who have good IPs, they're going to bring them back this time. And people are going to fucking buy it, and they're going to fucking love it, and they're going to laugh at them having all that money. I think it's going to happen.
I could not disagree with you more.
No, I love this. I love it.
Captain Falcon is a Smash character, okay? They've moved on. This is what's happening, okay? They've moved on. And I think Star Fox fans like myself and Kid Icarus fans like myself would do well to just accept that. And then if we're wrong, we can celebrate. But any Star Fox fans out there, and go back and play Adventures.
You know what's so crazy about that Falcon comment though? It's almost like, I hate to say it, we're in a time where Fox is a Smash character.
He is.
We're close, dude.
On one gen without a Star Fox.
I was thinking to say the same thing. I was going to say the same exact thing. One generation. You got one more console.
Hold on. Actually, I'm going to extend an olive branch. Miyamoto loves Star Fox.
He does.
I think we might get one more before he's done for good.
Landy, listen, dude.
I will say, it means more to him than Mario. I know that.
I know. And you know what he loves? He loves Pikmin. He will do anything for Pikmin. And I feel like if he's going to make a mobile game, the new Pikmin, a couple remasters, he's got something good for Star Fox. I think he does. I think he does.
They have nothing. They have nothing. You understand me? They have nothing. Nothing. Okay? It is time, hear me out. It is time for Nintendo to do as Sega did and give Star Fox to the fans. Sonic the Hedgehog was in the worst gaming slump people have ever seen. They decided to let the fans make Sonic Mania, and it was the best Sonic game in a decade.
Yeah.
What that was the nexus of has been a resurgence of the Sonic the Hedgehog brand in a way nobody thought possible. So, let me tell you something. There's a lot of great creators out there right now, like Ice Cream Man, who are making independent Star Fox games. And then we have, hold on. I got to give him a shout out. Fox in Space. We got Star Fox fans in here? You want to see some of the coolest content? Let me tell you something. This guy, A Fox in Space on YouTube, he's making an independent Star Fox TV show, and it's so good. I piss my pants in laughter. It's artistic. It's really good. And this is where I'm like, no, Nintendo, fine, bow out. Let the fans do it. There are some Star Fox fans out there putting in the work, making some of the coolest stuff I've ever seen the Star Fox brand be a part of. I don't buy into what you're saying because I believe in these guys. I think Nintendo should get these guys on board.
Really? See, yeah, like,
I'm
yeah.
reluctant to bring them up because I'm scared Nintendo's going to shoot them down.
Yeah, I just subbed to him. Thanks for dropping that link. Yeah, I'll have to check them out for sure.
Ice Cream Man too. Let me drop Ice Cream Man.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
A Fox in Space is doing the show, and Ice Cream Man is making the game, which is really like,
dude. And I'll send you I think I sent it to you on Instagram, but it's like this team is working on a HD 2D version of Pokemon Emerald, and it looks beautiful. Like they put new 2D animations in it. Like everything's vibrant and colorful. Like it looks like Dragon Quest 3. Like they are killing it. And it's like I want something like that, man. There are dedicated fans to make stuff like this. So yeah, I'm gonna have to check these guys out.
you should have, it'd be cool though for the show, if I may.
Yeah, please go for it. Please.
Like if we could watch shit. Like if I could send you this YouTube link right now and you and I could watch this, that would be pretty cool.
Oh, how long is it?
I mean, you don't got to watch the whole thing, but it's like a 15-minute clip just to show like what this guy's working on. That's really cool.
You want to watch a minute?
Sure.
Yeah.
I'll show you into the chat.
All right, cool. Let me rearrange a couple things. Let's see.
No, because this is the kind of stuff. This is the kind of stuff where I'm like, this is Nintendo's power. This right here is Nintendo's power. They have the most passionate fans. They have the largest console player base in the world. And the IP is powerful. They've not made a new Star Fox game in 10 years. And even that was a remake of Star Fox 64. We've not gotten like a new Star Fox game in like 15, 20 years. It's crazy.
Which one do you want to watch? You said from Ice Cream Man?
I sent it in the chat. Do you want me to send it to you on Discord?
Yeah. Send me like a video you want me to play, and I'll put it up. All right.
This one shows off some gameplay.
And I'll put credit in the
man.
and I'll obviously put credit in the YouTube video once it's published and stuff.
Yeah, just put them in the description.
All right, cool. Let me capture this real quick.
No, and this guy's got the Crystal's voice actor from the games is voicing the fan project.
Oh wow!
Like that's what I'm saying. Like it's the Star Fox community is pretty tight. It's pretty tight knit compared to other dying IPs.
That's very cool. Wow. All right, let me check this out, dude. Because honestly, like, and I don't mean this in a bad way, but it's like I don't even hear stuff from the Star Fox community. Like I barely knew it was a thing. To be honest,
you gotta go look. I mean, you gotta be a sicko like me and go look.
Yeah,
for it.
No, I'm sure it's out there, but that's crazy. All right, let me pull this up. So, have you seen all their episodes, or?
I've seen all the episodes. Wait, are you putting up the show or the game?
I'm putting up the Star Fox Event Horizon.
Gotcha. Yeah, this is the game that's being worked on.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, look at this, dude.
All right, let's just check this out. All right, let's watch. We'll probably watch like a minute or two. That's cool.
It's like a minute. You only need
just
to
a
watch
minute?
like a minute.
All right, cool.
And it's beta footage, like complete beta footage.
All right, cool.
Those of you who are really interested, you'll see that there's a Patreon link down below. There.
There you go, you included the little Patreon link. There you go, that's good. And yeah, like you see this, like, and innovating too, like you're on dinosaur back. You're not just in
damn.
crosshairs. Like, dude, there are people willing to do the work, man.
Yeah.
They're willing to do the work. And
Wow.
when I think about the future of Nintendo, I want them to do a Sega did and find these people. You know?
Yeah.
I think they've got, look, emulators and ownership and all that aside, we don't need to get into that, right? I would love to get into it, but that's going to need a whole other hour. The real shame of it is I feel like it keeps them from working with people like this.
Oh my gosh.
Again, like, look at that. That's, you know,
That's insane.
good stuff.
I even love how you can see like Fox and Crystal moving.
Yep.
That's so, dude, because people forget, and like, please correct me if I'm wrong, but Star Fox for the SNES was such a revolutionary title because it was the first kind of game that put 3D. Yeah.
And let me tell you right now, there's a hole in the market because Star Fox and Nintendo never did it. Rail shooters are fun. But because Super Nintendo, like you said, they went 3D graphics, I believe there's a market, and Nintendo could even do it if they wanted to, for a pixel art rail shooter. So imagine Star Fox, but pixel art. 'Cause even in the Super Nintendo days, they never did that. So they could give people something they've never seen before. You can make it on a low budget, right? Because it's pixel art. It's not 3D graphics and pre-rendered and all that. You can just do that. Star Fox fans don't ask for much. I guess that's all I'll say.
But they're doing all the fucking work. It looks like. Dude, that is crazy. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's so cool.
So yeah, when you're telling me shit like, oh, Nintendo's gonna make a Star Fox thing, I just want you to know Star Fox fans have moved on.
Damn.
You know? They're making shows, they're making independent games, and I'm proud of them for that.
Yeah.
I'm proud of them for that.
No. I'm hopeful for the Switch 2 because now that they're going to have something powerful and this popular, like I hope they make something with Star Fox. I believe they will, but I don't. Oh, they said they have a demo trousers? Oh my gosh. Oh dang.
Yeah. They're working on they're willing to put in the work, man.
I love that.
Like, if you or I owned a studio and we had an IP that we owned and it's kind of on life support and we see that it's got a niche enough audience that, like that show, a Fox in Space show, hundreds of thousands of views. Some of them over the 1 million mark. You have people who love this.
Yeah.
And you have people willing to put, like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
I mean,
I'll leave it at that.
and Nintendo's doing, I wouldn't say like exactly that or like what you were saying with Sega, but they are, I think they're pretty optimistic about this next generation of game developers. And I think they're trying to teach them as much as possible at Nintendo right now. Like when we were talking about Mario Wonder, that was such a, like, it was so fresh though, too. Like, I also, sorry, this is going to be the last thing. I love Nintendo. I just want a new IP. I want something fresh. I'm kind of tired of remakes or a new game or a sequel or anything. I just want a brand new IP that's not ARMS.
I've said it for years. I've said it for years. The best thing, dude, the best thing Nintendo could do, make your own Kingdom Hearts conceptually. Not Disney Worlds. It's Nintendo Worlds. Right? It's such a layup.
Yeah.
It's a layup.
I would love that. I would love that.
An IP that pays honor and love to your world of IPs. Come on.
I know.
Come on.
Like, I mean, they have Smash, but I know what you're saying in like a different kind of gameplay sense with Worlds. That'd be huge. Do you have anything else you want to talk about, or?
Shit. That we could squeeze in? I mean, I don't know, man. You got me worked up on Star Fox.
I didn't mean to. I have a good feeling, bro. I promise.
Tree, you've been a great host. You got me talking Soul Calibur. You got me talking Star Fox. You've been a great host. You've been a great host.
Astrobot proved people loved that. Yeah, no, thank God for Mario Sunshine, or else Astrobot wouldn't be a thing. I'll say it. Wake up, America.
PlayStation hater, bro. He's hating on like the greatest platformer to come out in the last 5-10 years, right? He won't admit that this controller is just superior to this Fisher Price toy that we got over here. Like, are you fucking kidding me?
I have one. I got the purple one.
I know, there's a microphone in it, Tree.
Why do I need a microphone if Nintendo Switch is online? Or if Nintendo Switch Online is so shitty?
Tree, where do I put in the headphones?
You put it in the console Switch.
I'm using a Pro Controller.
You don't need the controller. It's a controller for a reason. You don't need a mic thing for a controller. I'll say it. I don't care. I put it right here. That's where I put my headphone jack. I don't need a controller.
I put it right there.
Dude, I'm sorry. Dude,
I love the Pro Controller. It's a good controller.
Dude, I'm Nintendo's bitch. I will die Nintendo's bitch. Also, one last thing.
I know.
There was a no, you're good. You can say it.
Oh no.
Say it. You're fine. You're good, bro. You're good. You can say it. I know I'm about to get roasted. I'm a Smash player. I know. Can you tell me after stream?
No.
Please?
No.
Will you tell me if we get a new Star Fox game?
5 years old? No, I'm not fucking. I'm not saying what I was going to say. I've decided not to say it. I've used my better judgment to not say it, and I'm going to stand by not fucking saying it.
If you love Nintendo, why don't you mod their games? Have you been to my streams?
Why? No, why do you mod their games?
Oh, why do I mod them? Because, I don't know. That's a great question. I actually bought it at GameStop, and it just had the mods on there. I didn't do anything.
Because the mods do what Nintendo don't.
Yeah. You're so right. I think it was a recent podcast from these workers at Disney. I don't know like how valid they are. I know it got a lot of traction on YouTube. I'll try and send you the link after stream. But basically a couple of the workers were saying that they were talking to higher ups at Disney that, you know, when Nintendo was going down during the Wii U, Disney wanted to buy Nintendo. And Nintendo, even though they were broke, everything was a failure, they just laughed at Disney and was like, no.
Good.
Yeah, good. As you know, as they should. Like Nintendo loves working with US companies, but they will never be owned by one. And they're going to keep it that way. There'd be no mods without the base game. True. Yeah, look at KH3 with Remod. No, I'm just kidding. Landy. Oh my God. Landy, you are such a great friend. Thank you so much for dealing with my bullshit and me trolling on the podcast. You're a friend to die for. I love you.
Hey, I'm a guest in your home, right? I'm in the treehouse.
Oh my God. But yeah, if you guys are not following Landy, please do. I pinned his Twitch channel at the top. Let me get his YouTube and other stuff like that. Please check him out. He has fantastic discussions online. So much substance. and please leave him a follow or do not talk to me. So, all right, bro, you want to say anything else or?
No, I'm good. I mean, you did good. Follow me on YouTube. Follow me on. I mean, look, if you're watching this, you probably already follow me. And yeah,
Real.
we'll leave it at that.
So real. All right, guys, thanks for coming in. I'll probably be live sometime tomorrow playing some Smashy Bros. So I'll keep you guys updated. Please remember to follow Andy. This is going to go on YouTube. Hi, YouTube. What's up, YouTube? Peace out, YouTube. Everything will be in the link of the description. Every link will be in the description of the video. So thank you guys for coming in, and we'll see y'all soon. Cool. Peace.